Jagannath, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra. Jaya Vrindavan, Shri Govinda Gopinatha, Madhava Moha. Hey! Hey! Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan, Shri Govinda Gopinatha, Madhava Moha. Hey! Ramakunda Radhakunda, Giri Govardhan, Kalidiya Muna Jaya, Jaya Mahava. Hey! Ramakunda Radhakunda, Kalidiya Muna Jaya, Jaya Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hey, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey, Sai Goranga, Sai Goranga, Sai Goranga, Gaurare. Sai Goranga, Sai Goranga, Sai Goranga, Jai Satinandana, Jai Satinandana, Jai Satinandana, Gaurare. Hey, Jai Satinandana, Jai Satinandana, Jai Satinandana, Gaurare. Hey Govinda, hey Gopal, Keshava Madhava, Jaya. Hey Govinda, hey Gopal, Keshava Madhava, Jaya. Dina Jaya Prabhu, Dina Jaya, Dina Jaya Prabhu, Dina Jaya. Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladev, Jaya Subhadra. Founder Charya Siddhi Hova Sripapari Jai Vishnupada Paramatacharya Satashi Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Guru Parampara ki Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki Prem Shri Gaur Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Radha Radha Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakti Vindiki Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shankar Radhika Nigiri Govaran ki Navindam ki Bhagaram ki Jagannath Puri ki Tulsi Devi ki Bhakti Devi ki Samaveda Bhakti Vindiki Gaura Premananda. All glory to thee, Son. Glory to thee, Son. Glory to thee, Son. All glory to Shri Guru and Shri Ganga. Four o'clock is Arti?
No, 4 o'clock is lecture.
Lecture?
Yeah, it's 3:45. After lecture we have 4 o'clock is lecture. 5:50. And then question and answers. 5:30 is answer.
Okay. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite.
Oh Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite.
Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite.
Gokula Karuni Mandala Mahite.
Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite.
Gokula Karuni Mandala Mahite.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite.
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 Ramanara Rati Sadhana Vete Kari Nituta Sindavi Vete
Damodara Rati Vardhana Veshe Hari Niskuta Vrindavinimeshe.
Ramanara Rati Sadhana Vete Kari Nituta Sindavi Vete
Damodara Rati Vardhana Veshe Hari Niskuta Vrindavinimeshe.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite.
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 Vishwanujadi Navashaki Leke Lalita Shakti Gunaramita Vishake
Vishwanujadi Navashaki Leke Lalita Shakti Gunaramita
Chana 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 vani chakarite.
Karanam Guru Mai Karuna Karite Chana 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 Vani Chakarite
Karanam Guru Mai Karanam Varite. Chana 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 vani chakarite.
Karanam Guru Mai Karuna Karite Chana 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 Vani Chakarite
Hey,
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Karite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Karite Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe
we translate it? Radha, beloved of Krishna.
Yes. O Radha, O beloved of Madhava, O you who are worshipped by all the young girls of Gokula, all glories unto you, all glories unto you. You who dress yourself in such a way as to increase Lord Damodara's love and attachment for you. O Queen of Vrindavana, which is the pleasure grove of Lord Hari, O new moon that has arisen from the ocean of King Rishabhanu, O friend of Lalita, O you who make Vishaka loyal to you due to your wonderful qualities of friendliness, kindness and faithfulness to Krishna. O you who are filled with compassion, O you whose divine characteristics are described by the great sages Sanaka and Sanatana, O Radha, please be merciful to me.
Yeah, I read it. Once we were in the college here, Prabhupada, and he said, he was driving to the airport, and he said, Radharani is the best devotee of Krishna. Everybody knows English? Radharani is the best devotee of Krishna, Prabhupada said. And he said, well, Mother Yasoda is also very good. Gai Gauda Madhukare, Gai Gauda Madhukare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Golo, Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Rama. Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Ganasavakayam Sakti Shri Samdena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Mahavitam Tapitam De Bhutale Sayam Vakada Maya Jantita Jantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yasavarakamala Shri Guru Vaishnavam Sya Shri Rupam Sagadatam Sagana Raganatam Vitam Sadivam Advaitam Sarvarutam Krishna Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakavitam Sa Hey Krishna Karana Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tata Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishwavanu Siddhi Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Panchakalpa Tarivasya Vipasindhu Vaevacha Patitalam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Prabhupada ki
Jai Haribo.
Hello everybody.
Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. So today we have a great honor to have Trivikrama Swami Maharaj here in Berlin. So please say Hari Bol. So I'll try to give some introduction of Maharaj Ji, though I'm not qualified to speak anything. But as per my seniors, they asked me to speak about Maharaj Ji, so I try to speak little words. But these words are not full. Maharaj has spent like 55 years in Krishna consciousness. He has given his life. So I give some introduction of Maharaj Ji. So His Holiness Trivikrama Swami was born in 1941. Maharaj, a staunch sannyasi for more than 51 years, one of the senior leaders and ISKCON Guru, was initiated by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada in 1969 and given sannyas initiation in 1971. Maharaj is currently the senior most sannyasi, 52nd year, only next to His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj.
Jayapataka Maharaj ki
Jai! With just one instruction from His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, based on a letter dated March 7, 1970, Los Angeles, USA, Maharaj has willingly accepted renounced order of life and dedicated whole life in the service of Srila Prabhupada. During Srila Prabhupada's presence on this planet, Maharaj was regularly assigned by His Divine Grace to spread Krishna consciousness in various countries worldwide, such as United States of America, London, Japan, Taiwan, the Philippines and India. Maharaj went to London temple on the instruction of Srila Prabhupada as a senior brahmachari devotee to train and maintain the temple. This was the temple where the famous three couples went. Maharaj has served as the temple president at various centers and also is a pioneer in opening and expanding many centers, helping in preaching about Krishna consciousness. Maharaj served as the co-director of Mayapur along with His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. Maharaj also served with a leading role in Delhi and as a temple president in Chandigarh. Srila Prabhupada used to give assignments each year personally to Maharaj, and Maharaj would directly report to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada personally said about him, he will always go wherever I send him. His Holiness is well known for his loyalty and obedience to Srila Prabhupada's teaching, mood and mission. Maharaj has rendered so many personal services such as driving and giving massages to Srila Prabhupada regularly. After Srila Prabhupada's departure, His Holiness made sure that Srila Prabhupada's position as a founder Acharya of ISKCON would not be compromised by playing an active role in the Guru Reform movement. Later on, His Holiness led preaching in Orlando in the capacity of temple president and is actively preaching in parts of Eastern Europe such as Poland, Ukraine, Belarus, Lithuania, Latvia and Czech Republic. Maharaj has been accepting disciples on behalf of the spiritual master and ISKCON since 1987 and is well known for ecstatic kirtans, bhajans and profound lectures with practical applications per the teachings and instructions of Srila Prabhupada. One more thing, while Guru Maharaj was in Hong Kong and particularly in Japan, every day Maharaj used to go out for 6 or 8 hours and distribute anywhere between 125 to 250 Srila Prabhupada books and BTG magazines daily. So it's a great honor to have Maharaj with us, and Maharaj is 83 and Maharaj's energy and enthusiasm in Krishna consciousness is sum total of all our energy. So we chant the Hare Krishna mantra and we welcome Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Shri Prabhupada ki
Jai. Holiness Sri Swami Maharaj ki Jai.
Okay, let's read Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, text 30. So this is a verse for those who want to become very serious about Krishna consciousness. Krishna speaking, Mai savani karmani sanyasyatma chetasa nirashirnim mano bhutva yudhyasya vigata dvara. Translation, therefore, O Arjuna, surrendering all your works unto me, with full knowledge of me, without desire for profit, with no claim to proprietorship, and free from lethargy, fight. You have to translate? Everybody knows English, right?
Maharaj, this side is Russian translation going on, but they are doing it continuous.
Okay.
Which number, please, Maharaj?
Okay.
330.
So Prabhupada says, in the first line of the purport, this verse clearly indicates the purpose of the Bhagavad Gita. So we want to know the purpose of the Bhagavad Gita is full surrender to Krishna. This is what Krishna is requesting Arjuna to do, and he's requesting all of us. Prabhupada sometimes compared it to shooting the elephant, because nobody will, it's too difficult. So, like this, people may think, oh, it's too difficult, how can I surrender everything? But if we keep that as the goal, that's the objective, to be completely surrendered, then even if we fail, still we'll make progress. And so when we take it up again, we begin from that. Even if we don't succeed in this life. Of course, Prabhupada was expecting us to succeed in this life. He was encouraging us. There's no reason why we can't fully surrender to Krishna. But if somehow we didn't succeed fully, then there'd be no loss, because we made some progress. Whatever we've done sincerely for Krishna's pleasure, then that credit will be with us eternally. And whenever we pick up again, we start from that point. So there's no loss. So, but the trick is to actually do something for Krishna. Generally, we're all egotistical. We want to do something for our advantage. And when we come to Krishna consciousness, that's one of the motives. We want something good for ourselves, which is natural. But at the highest stage, we were reading this morning in Nectar Devotion, at the spontaneous stage, no one is thinking about his advantage. Because at the point of love, we love the beloved more than ourselves. Therefore, Prabhupada sometimes says we don't see real love here in the material world. Because we love up to the point that then it's too much trouble for us, then we get divorced or whatever. And so this is the tendency, because actually everyone loves themselves the most, with the false ego. This is why we come to the material world. We want to put ourselves in the center. In the spiritual world, everyone agrees to keep Krishna in the center. Ishavasya. This is the mood of the residents of the spiritual world. Either Vaikuntha or Goloka Vrindavan. They all want to keep
Они все
God in the
хотят
center.
Бога поставить в центр.
But here in the material world, everyone loves himself too much.
Каждый себя
That's a
нравится.
fact. Not only individually, but collectively. Like the Russians, like the Russians the most, isn't it?
Общими, общинами хотят.
And the Chinese love the Chinese the most. The Americans like the Americans the most. So we extend our selfishness.
Американцев,
We're still selfish.
и это эгоизм.
Like we want everybody to, who is German, to be loyal to Germany. But what about the animals? They're also born in Germany. Why we kill them without thinking about it? Thinking this is natural. This is our food. We should cut their throats. But no, we should think that every living creature is a part of Krishna. And we should respect every living entity because the Lord is there in their heart. This is the special mercy of the Lord, that He remains as Paramatma within the heart, like two birds on a tree. The Jivatma, who is us, and the Paramatma are both there on the heart. Like the example is given of the branch of a tree. They're both there, but one is acting and the other is witnessing. So the Paramatma is witnessing. But if we turn to the Paramatma, if we turn to Krishna in our heart, then He'll help us. So there has to be some sincere desire on our side to make spiritual advancement. Then Krishna will help us. I had that experience. I was a sincere seeker before I became a devotee, but I was never fully satisfied with what I found. But then when I met the devotees, I was thinking that these people are so sincere. That was the first impression I got. I didn't think they were very smart sometimes. They were kind of, ordinary people in one sense. But they were so sincere about what they were doing and about their affection for Srila Prabhupada. And therefore I came closer and I wanted to get involved more because I saw these people are honest seekers. That's the qualification. We have to be honest. If we're really looking for the truth, then we have to be pure. Because the truth is pavitram, completely pure. So we want to approach the Supreme Truth. And we have to give up our false ego and our cheating. The cheating propensity is very strong. Even in children, we say, oh, innocent child. They've done studies through glass, you can't see out, and they study the children. They cheat each other. We're born with this propensity. So that's the qualification of the Guru. He doesn't cheat. He presents that as it is. He's not looking for an advantage in this world, whereas everybody else thinks this world is all in all. So therefore it's very important we have an advantage. Good education is, if you have a PhD, oh, that's very good. If you come from a good country like Germany or USA, then that's considered, you're fortunate. Then what is the other one? Education we mentioned, and also money. If you have money, then you're respected in this world. So like this, the world is mad after an advantage. Everybody's looking for an advantage. And for our children, the children, especially Indians, right? The Chinese, and you have to get educated. If you don't get educated, and sometimes the kids kill themselves. So much pressure is there. What is that education? How do we get an advantage here in the world? They think this is the goal, to have some advantage in the world. But the whole thing we say is disadvantage, because you have to get old and become diseased and die. So what's the advantage? Then you don't know where you're going. But the devotee, he's not in anxiety, because he knows his future is very bright. That he's serving Krishna, he's trying his best. And even in this life also is very nice. Like they're telling you, I'm 83. Actually, I'm going to be 82. Don't make me older than I am. But my future is bright, so I feel young. No, it's a fact. The future is bright because I'm, little by little, we're getting closer to Krishna by Prabhupada's mercy. And by your mercy that I'm able to come to centers like this and meet so many sincere people. and
встречать вас.
exchange with them.
И
So
обмениваться с
it's
вами
a good life,
опытом.
not so austere. I don't have to, stand on my toes or like Rani Kashipu did and go to a secluded place. I can live with people, but the future is good because I'm getting closer to Krishna. Little by little, every day we can get closer to Krishna. And how do we know that? The first sign is you give up sinful life. You're not attracted to the lust and greed and anger, which was before troubling us. You see it. It has no real substance. Phantasmagoria, it doesn't last. We may be attracted to the beautiful woman and her raised breasts, but those things are gone, here today and gone tomorrow. But we remain. So we should put our attachment to something which is eternal, which is Srila Prabhupada wrote his feet. Like here you have Kadambakana. But he's also present. I was there with him just a few days before he left his body. We had a nice exchange. I've known him a long time, and I was very happy to exchange with him and embrace him. So his future is good. Nobody's in anxiety. Where is he now? No, because he was fully engaged. So I feel confident also that my future is bright. I'm not in anxiety. Most people my age, they're in anxiety. Oh, now nobody cares for me. I don't have any energy. I don't feel the same pleasure from eating. Nobody's attracted to me sexually. So what my life is going down. I become discouraged. And the devotee is not like that. It gets brighter and brighter. But again, the price is not so cheap. Here Krishna is telling. The purpose of the Bhagavad Gita is right here. I'll read the verse again. Therefore, Arjuna, surrendering all your works unto me, with full knowledge of me, without desire for profit, with no claim to proprietorship, and free from lethargy, fight. So we also have a fight. We have to fight with our lower nature. The lower nature is saying, oh, don't go to the temple. You can have more fun. The weather is good. We can go to the park. So this is the tendency. Because the mind is our guru. We've been following our mind since time immemorial. And the mind is controlled by the senses. Bhagavad Gita explains, there's the senses, then mind, then intelligence. Intelligence is higher. So we're appealing to your intelligence to do what's really good for yourself is to become a devotee. Purport. The Lord instructs that one has to become fully Krishna conscious to discharge duties as if in a military discipline. Such an injunction may make things a little difficult. Nevertheless, duties must be carried out with dependence on Krishna because that is the constitutional position of the living entity. So again, this is not something artificial. Mama Vamsa Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. We're the fragmented particle of Krishna, and our constitutional position is to serve Him. We give the example of a beautiful diamond ring. If there's some small rubies surrounded, it enhances the beauty. So we're the small particle of Krishna. If we use our energy to glorify Krishna, then Krishna will be pleased and we'll be benefited. This is the constitutional position. It's not something artificial. We are an eternal servant of Krishna. But if we act on that platform, then we'll find happiness and satisfaction. Otherwise, just like we sometimes give the example of the Rolling Stones. You heard of the Rolling Stones rock group? Mick Jagger. You know what their most famous song is? That people always ask him whenever they go, they ask him. I can't get no satisfaction. But I try, and I try, and I try. And why do people like that so much? Because it's a fact. There's not real satisfaction is here in the material world. And so they're all feeling that lack of full satisfaction. So when they come to his concert, when they realize that
way, all these other people feel the same as me. They're also not fully satisfied. And then, misery likes company. They feel better that everybody else is miserable. That's a fact. Misery likes company. But we're not miserable. Chant Hare Krishna, be happy. That was Prabhupada's mantra. What's the problem? Be happy. He wrote that, Shruti Kirti wrote the book. What is the difficulty? Probably we're often asked, so what is the difficulty? Chant Hare Krishna, be happy. It's not so difficult. But we make it difficult because false ego comes in and says, no, don't waste your time. You could be studying and then you'll get a PhD, then you'll be happy. It doesn't, it runs through your fingers. One has to sacrifice everything for the goodwill of the Supreme Lord and at the same time discharge prescribed duties without claiming proprietorship. Although Arjuna did not have to consider the order of the Lord, he had only to execute his order. The Supreme Lord is the soul of all souls. Therefore, one who depends solely and wholly on the Supreme Soul, without personal consideration, or in other words, one who is fully Krishna conscious, is called Adhyatma Chaitasa. The Rishi means that one has to act in the order of the Master, but should not expect fruitive result. The cashier may count millions of dollars for his employer, but he does not claim a cent for himself. Similarly, one has to realize that nothing in the world belongs to any individual person, but that everything belongs to the Supreme Lord. That is the real purpose of Mai, or unto me. When one acts in such Krishna consciousness, certainly he does not claim proprietorship over anything. This consciousness is called Vyamama, or nothing is mine. And if there is any reluctance, he executes such a stern order, which is without consideration of so-called kinsmen in the bodily relationship. That reluctance should be thrown off. And in this way, one becomes Vigata Dvara, or without feverish mentality or lethargy. Of course, feverish mentality and lethargy relate to the modes of material nature, passion and ignorance. Feverish mentality is a mode of passion. I gotta do it faster. And the lethargy is sleep. Oh, we can do it tomorrow. Mañana. But today we can rest, tomorrow we'll do something. So lethargy and feverish mentality. No, mode of goodness means we do our duty according to our prescribed. Guru will guide us, Shastra will guide us, sadhus will guide us. We should know what our real duty is to come to the point of pleasing Krishna. So we accept everything favorable for our Krishna consciousness, we reject everything unfavorable. It's the principle. But it's a little hard because the mind feels left out. What about me? I've been your guru since time immemorial. Now you're just neglecting me? And you don't care for me anymore? So the mind will be agitated. Don't take the Krishna consciousness. It's a waste of time. You can do something better. So we have to, you can say, what's the word? Neglect the mind. Don't give it the initiative. Don't allow it to take the initiative. The mind is like a 2-year-old child, 3-year-old child. It has to be supervised by the parents who are intelligent. So intelligence is higher than the mind. If we really use our intelligence, Prabhupada sometimes says, we're looking for an intelligent class of person who can see what is really the benefit, what is really in their benefit. So this is the point of surrendering to Krishna. This is our best option. But the parents may not like it either. Bhaktisiddhanta was asked, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, about anger. What is the position on the anger? So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta said, yes, we can use anger in Krishna's service. The first angry, we should be with ourselves. Why are you so lazy? Why don't you get up? We should be angry with our lethargy. Lethargy is mode of ignorance. So we should get, at least that, if we get angry, that will bring us up to the mode of passion. So lethargy is the worst thing, mode of ignorance. Just like the liquor store owner. Every time he sells a bottle of liquor, he thinks, wow, that's good. But really, He's doing opposite of what's good for himself. He's intoxicating other people. So he doesn't know because he's stupid. Doesn't know what's right in front of him is happening. And he thinks this is my business to sell alcohol. So we have to rise above mode of ignorance. And then mode of passion also. So next is the mode of goodness. We want to come to the mode of goodness. Means that we do everything with a cool head. Prabhupada used that phrase quite often. Be cool-headed. When you make a big decision especially, don't make it an emotional state. Consider very soberly. The word dhira is used in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Dhira tachanamurti. We should become sober to understand what is good, what is favorable for us, really favorable for us, the soul, and what is not favorable. And then we can make spiritual progress from any position. We don't have to go to the Himalayas. We don't have to renounce our family. We can stay and conceive nice children. All these things are there. We don't ask you to give up your family life. But just add Krishna. Prabhupada gave the example, so many zeros. And even if you have a PhD or something, you can use that also in Krishna service. We don't say you have to renounce anything, just add the Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada gave the example. Whatever achievement we have in this world is simply so many zeros, because they're taken away. It's like if we go to the beach and we see the children are playing in the sand and they're making a sandcastle. And if you go over and kick that sandcastle, they'll be very upset. They'll start crying. Well, we worked so hard to make the sandcastle, and this man came and he kicked it. Why is that, mommy? So, this is what we're seeing. They're making big, now artificial intelligence is a newest thing, right? But these things won't really save us. So many zeros, Prabhupada said. But if we put one in front of it, then those zeros have a big number. So the one is Krishna. Put Krishna in the front, then all the whatever we do will be credited. We'll get credit for that. And then we can use artificial intelligence. We don't have to worry they're going to take us over. There's that theory, right? The artificial intelligence, what are they called? Robots or whatever? What are they called? Those? Robots? Yeah. That they may conspire to take over the world or something. No, they won't take over the world. Because they don't have consciousness. Actually, the center of consciousness is only there when the soul is there. That's a fact. Otherwise, they're just programmed machines. They may be very intelligent. But we don't have to worry about them taking over the world. We can take service from them. But they can't be our guru. They don't know the difference between matter and spirit. That's the first qualification of a spiritual person. He knows that he's not this body. He knows that he's the soul within the body. But there's a difference between him and the body. But everybody, because of ignorance, they're accepting the body as the self. Or maybe a little more advanced, the mind as the self. But this is not our real self. Our real self is that explained in the 20 verses in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. How many of you read Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2? Huh? 2 or 3 people. Huh? We have Bhagavad Gita here. This is our main book, Bhagavad Gita. Everybody heard of Bhagavad Gita, so why not become acquainted with it? Then you can, especially your Indian book, you can help your countrymen. And Bhagavad Gita is well esteemed in India, actually throughout the world. Even in the West, Thoreau and Emerson and many of them, they came in contact with Bhagavad Gita and they appreciated it. It was a very high philosophical book. But nobody became a devotee, but that's the instruction of Bhagavad Gita, Man Bhava, become my guru. But they didn't do that because they didn't have a guru. But Srila Prabhupada coming to America, then he created so many disciples, so many followers who took Bhagavad Gita very seriously. And so this movement is going on. But this is the main book for preaching, Bhagavad Gita. So we should acquaint ourselves with it. Don't we have Bhagavad Gita for sale? So you all have it, but you're not reading it, or you don't have it?
We have
We'll give reduced price for students? Please, you should take it. Everyone, according to his quality and position, has a particular type of work to discharge, and all such duties may be discharged in Krishna consciousness, as described above. That will lead one to the path of liberation. In the verse again, therefore, O Arjuna, surrendering all your works to me, with full knowledge of me, without desire for profit, with no claim to proprietorship, and free from lethargy, fight! So we all have to fight. And sometimes, I was telling the story about Bhaktisiddhanta, how he was asked about using anger. So he did say that first we should be angry with ourselves, and then secondly, we can be angry with our kinsmen. Because they'll say, why are you serving Krishna? What about serving me? I served you so many years. I educated you. We worked hard, your father and I, to get you educated, and now you don't care for us. What is it? So we can be angry. No! I want to be a devotee of Krishna. That'll benefit you also. They don't know, but if the child, this was explained by Prahlad Maharaj when he was asking, Lord Nrsingadev asked him for a benediction. What would you like now? I'm very pleased with you, Prahlad. Whatever you like, you can have. So Prahlad, being a soft-hearted devotee, he said, well, my Lord, on my own account, I don't feel anything lacking. I feel very happy in myself. But if you could do something for my father. See, his father was trying to kill him. But still he had empathy for the father, because he saw the father is an ignorance. And then the Lord Nrsingadev was, not only your father, but so many generations in the past will benefit by your becoming a devotee. So if you become a pure devotee, you'll help your parents and your grandparents, and the whole line is there. But people don't believe that. So the mother and father will think, no, yeah, we've spent so much time and money on you, and now you're wasting your life chanting Hare Krishna. What is this? They may say like that. Otherwise, they may not say like that. They may be happy that you're, they may take to it themselves. Often we have that happen, that the parents become devotees also, on the strength of their children. Okay? So any questions?
Krishna Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj, for the wonderful lecture. Maharaj, as you have mentioned, selfless service. So my question is, what is selfless service and how to do selfless service?
It's selfless means that we're not doing it out of false ego. We're doing it out of real ego. The real ego is our identity. In other words, the Mayavadis or others may say, impersonalists, Buddhists, they say that there's no self. Everything is illusion. What do they say? Jagat Mithya, Brahma Sat Satya, something like that. What is it?
Jagat Mithya, Brahma Satya.
Yeah, I got it right. So they only say Brahman is real, everything else is false. No, we don't say this is false, this is real. But it's the external energy of the Lord. It's also coming from God, but it's his byproduct, you can say. The example is given of the sun, the sunlight, and a lump of coal. A lump of coal is nothing but the energy of the sun, but it's a byproduct. The energy of the sun is there because by the sun's photosynthesis on the trees, then the trees grew, they fell down, they get pressed in the earth. Then we come back, and millions of years later, we take out the coal or oil. These things are all products of the sun, energy of the sun. But you don't see it. It doesn't look like the sun is black and hard. But it's this. So we don't see that this is God, but this is his external energy. This is a byproduct. He clearly says in the 7th chapter, earth, water, air, fire. Where's the 4th chapter? I think 7. Earth, water, air, fire, ether, mind, intelligence, these are all my external energy. Besides that is the living entity, and besides that is me. So three main categories of energy: the Lord, the living entity, and matter. This is theology, not that everything is one, or even the dualists, like the Christians claim that the devil has his own like energy source. No. There's a conception of the devil is an imagination. The demoniac people are there, but they don't have power outside of God. All the power is coming from God. They're misusing their independence, and they're acting demoniacally. That's we accept. But they're not separate from God. They're just misusing their energy. Like in the state, we have the good citizens and we have people in the prison house. They're also people, but they're misused their independence, and so they're in the prison house. So the living entities in the spiritual world who don't come here, they can remain eternally in the spiritual world. But we've come to the material world because we misuse our independence. And now if we use our independence properly, we can go back to the spiritual world. Just like the prison is supposed to be a correctional institution. If people improve themselves and they give up their criminal ways, then they're welcome back in society. So something like that. Did I answer your question? I forget what your question was.
Maharaj, regarding selfless service.
Yes, service. Service is the natural constitutional position of the living entity. We're always serving. We're serving our bodies, we're serving our friends, we're serving our whatever. We're always serving. By constitution, we're active. And we're not independent. We're dependent eternal. That's like here, we're sitting here talking nice philosophy, but if there's no supply of air, what is our position? We can't sit for even a few seconds. So we're dependent on so many things. That proves that we're not God. God is not dependent on anything. But we're dependent. So we have the same nature, Nityam, Nityam, Chaitanam, Chaitanam. We're the same nature, we're both eternal, we're both blissful, we both have knowledge, but one is great and one is small. Same example, sunlight and matter is like the lump of coal. That's also from God. Nothing outside of God, but within the oneness of God, there's variety of energies. Achinta Veda Veda Tattva, Lord Chaitanya has explained. One and also different. The sunlight is nothing but the sun, but it's also different. Otherwise our room would burn up when the sun comes in. Anyone else? Ladies don't have, oh, I was going to say ladies don't have questions.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you so much for your lecture. I was very amazed by your words. You told that we should be angry with ourselves and our own ignorance. But as a fact, when there is some misunderstanding, I feel angry at another person. And what could you recommend me to, which first steps can I make to come to this position when I feel angry at myself?
First step is to chant Hare Krishna. Second step is to chant Hare Krishna.
Such nice steps.
But every time we chant Hare Krishna, we can do it with a little more purity, with a little more attention. And then we'll give up our bad habits. We don't have to separately try to improve ourselves. If we just put Krishna in the center and become devotees, then all good habits will come to us, all good qualities will come to us. And we'll lose the desire to fault find. We'll just tolerate, okay. You're insulting me, but it doesn't really affect me. That's one good thing we learned when we were book distribution. You know, you're selling a book and someone will say, oh, you're doing wonderful work, thank you, here, take this money. And keep up the good work. The next one, why do you get a job? You're a parasite. Living off society, get a job. But then you begin to realize, that doesn't really affect me. Whether they honor me or dishonor me, I'm going on with my service. And you become more tolerant to seeing them. You're not dependent on what somebody else thinks. So that will come. When we preach also, we're bound to meet resistance. People won't like it. Don't proselytize me. I know everything. You know, people do the false ego. People don't want to hear something from others. So, but still, we have to try. If Prabhupada didn't feel like that, then this movement would have started. Wouldn't have started. He was in Vrindavan. He was an elderly man, and his friends were saying, Swamiji, don't go to America. We shouldn't go out of India. You're here in Vrindavan. Everything is. You should remain here. But Prabhupada had a mission. And so he took so much trouble on a boat. Well, he didn't have money for a plane. He had to take a boat from India to America. And seasickness. It took over a month. And he had a heart attack on the boat. But he persevered. So, because of that, we have this movement. This movement is simply Prabhupada's enthusiasm. It's so contagious. He made us all enthusiastic. Once he called me into his room, he said, I want you to go to the Republic of China and open a temple because one Indian gentleman there, he's ready to support us. He was the president of DuPont Company, a corporation. And he wanted, and Prabhupada was very enthusiastic too, so he wanted me to take a few brahmacharis and go to Taiwan. But when I first heard, I said, oh no, the Chinese. How can I appreciate the Chinese? Because the Chinese we knew in America, like we were hippies, you never saw a Chinese hippie. They were very careful with every penny they didn't. You know, hippies used to sometimes burn money and so. But Chinese would never do that. These people are so materialistic. How are we going to go? But by the time I left Prabhupada's room, he was so enthusiastic about it that I became enthusiastic. And we went and started a center. Some devotees came. So that was Prabhupada. He said, once this movement has spread on enthusiasm, he was talking about his own enthusiasm. The whole movement spread because Prabhupada was enthusiastic about it. So we should be enthusiastic also. And even if we're discouraged by circumstances, we should see, well, this is for my purification. That's how a devotee thinks. If there's some resistance and some, people are, then he said, then we should think. It's not just a wishful thinking, it's a fact. We should think, I should be in more difficulty, but because of my karma, but because I'm trying to become a devotee, Krishna has minimized my reactions. Otherwise, we can't even trace out how many sinful actions we performed in the past that are waiting to fructify. So we should be. Am I going past the time?
No, like 30 minutes.
Yes.
You told three bad qualities, anger, greed, and something else I forgot.
Anger, greed, and lust.
And lust.
Don't forget about lust. That's the biggest. Kama Esha, Krodha Esha. Kama is the first. Lust.
And you explain us how we
Yeah,
can
you know what it is. I don't have to explain. Everybody knows what lust is.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody knows what it is. You want to ravish somebody. Instead of respecting them, you want to rape them. It's there in everyone. Because we think we're the enjoyer, so we're trying to exploit others. And sexual exploitation is going on. We just read this, what's happening. What's the name of the book that's come out just recently?
Sound of Freedom.
Sound of Freedom. It describes how right now, as we speak, it's a $350 billion business of exploiting little children for sexual pleasure. It's going on. How many 2 million children a year or something like that are kidnapped and thrown into the sex trade business? But take care of your children. It's going on. And mostly they collect the kids from here and there, where their parents are poor and they don't have facility to watch them so carefully. So this is the material world. Lust is the greatest enemy. Kama Esha, Krodha Esha. Let's read that section. chapter 3, text 37, is it? We have a few minutes, that's a good. This is chapter 3.
We have ample time, Maharaj.
What verse is it?
37.
37, thank you. This one is it. But first 36, Arjuna asks. Arjuna Uvacha, he says, Arjuna said, O descendant of Vishnu, by what is one impelled to sinful acts, even unwillingly, as if engaged by force? And what does Krishna say? Kama Esha, Krodha Esha, Rajagunasa. The Supreme Personality of God has said, it is lust only, Arjuna, which is born of contact with the material modes of passion and later transformed into wrath, which is the all-devouring sinful enemy of this world. Report. When a living entity comes in contact with the material creation, his eternal love for Krishna is transformed into lust in association with the mode of passion. Or in other words, the sense of love of God becomes transformed into lust as milk in contact with sour tamarind is transformed into yogurt. And again, when lust is unsatisfied, it turns into anger. This is the main thing that's keeping us here, lust. But Krishna consciousness is so nice, we can change that lust into love. By getting a higher taste. Lust is never satisfied. That's going to say in the next verse, right? Burns like fire, never satisfied. Wait, this doesn't go. Nanda. Where did he go? There it is. Next verse. As fire is covered by smoke, as merit is covered by dust, or as the embryo is covered by the womb, the living entity is similarly covered by different degrees of this lust. Next verse. Thus, the wise living entity's pure consciousness becomes covered by his eternal enemy in the form of lust, which is never satisfied and which burns like fire. This is the biggest sinful enemy. Never satisfied. No matter how much you act on lust. Who was that guy? Harvey Weinstein or something? He had an island and he was exploiting so many women. He was never satisfied. Every day he'd have 4 or 5 different women. He was a billionaire. But he ended up in a prison, right? He committed suicide or something. In his 50s. So this is the outcome. Lust is never satisfied. The more you indulge in it, it's like putting kerosene in the fire. It looks like a liquid, you throw kerosene in, it'll put out the fire. No, it makes the fire bigger. That's the same with lust. The more you indulge in lust, then the more you feel lusty. And but you think, I'll be satisfied by enjoying, but it doesn't satisfy. In the Manu Samhita states that lust cannot be satisfied by any amount of sense enjoyment. Just as fire is never extinguished by a constant supply of fuel. In the material world, the center of all activities is sex. And thus, this material world is called Maitunya Agara, or the shackles of sex life. In the ordinary prison house, criminals are kept within bars. Similarly, the criminals who are disobedient to the laws of the Lord are shackled by sex life. I was once asked in an airport, one of the reporters was there. We had arranged a nice place for Prabhupada to come after he got off the plane and to discuss, and reporters were invited to come. But one reporter was openly envious of Prabhupada. Why are you sitting on a big seat and people offer you garlands and so? So Prabhupada dealt with this guy very straightforwardly. He said, he could see he was envious of him. And then so Prabhupada said, yes, the difference between you and me is in a room full of beautiful women, beautiful naked women, I won't be disturbed. That's all he said. Then this guy's friends all started laughing. Because they know Prabhupada had defeated him. Who can do like that? Be in a room full of beautiful women, undressed, and not be agitated. But that was Prabhupada's position. Because he was always getting something better than sex life. So that's the only way. We're not going to be able to overcome lust on our own. We need help. But the best way to get help is to chant Hare Krishna. We can't overcome it. It's too powerful. Lust is too powerful. It's too strong. But if we beg the Lord, please help me overcome it, then Krishna will give us a higher taste. You see, we get a higher taste, then Prabhupada was seeing Krishna, so he wasn't attracted to it. There was one girl when Prabhupada first came to New York. She would call out, Prabhupada, I want to marry you. Prabhupada was a handsome person, he was very attractive, full of life. And Prabhupada would just say, no, I'm a sannyasi. What is that famous prostitute once said? It's not the man in my life, it's the life in my man. You don't follow that? The prostitute is saying, prostitute means she's always looking for a new man. So it's not the man in my life. She doesn't care for the man. She wants the life in the man. That gives her life. Right? The man is full of life. Then she feels happy. And then she'll get another man. So we don't want to be lusty like that. You'll never be satisfied. But it's a big obstacle. That's why we're saying, Padam just in the Bhakti. You can't overcome it unless you get a higher taste. And what's the easiest way to get a higher taste? Kirtan. Kirtan is the best. Quickest way to get a higher taste. Some question?
Maharaj, you spoke about the false ego. So I just wanted to know, can you help us to that we can control from a false ego again bounce back every time in life. First step is followed, chanting is done properly. Second step is also done, kirtan is also done, all sorts of things is done. But this false ego keep on bouncing back again in every part of life, and also destroys the relationship with other. How can we get rid of this?
By acting on real ego. Real ego is there. We don't just negate. We don't just push down. We say no. Use real ego means I'm a servant of Krishna, so be enthusiastic. Just like Prabhupada was so enthusiastic to serve Krishna. I told you how he sent me to Taiwan. So enthusiastic that we're going to have a mission in the Republic of China. So if we're enthusiastic in our service, then we can give up this false ego. This is real ego. I'm a servant of Krishna. And Bhagavad Gita also explains. Should we look there? That the best way to please Krishna. What is the best way to please Krishna?
Preaching is knowledge too.
Okay, so I'm going to go to chapter 18. I can remember the verse. It says, chapter 18, text number 68 and 69. 18, 68, and 68. So Samadharma, that verse is already finished. Now Krishna's just talking casually with Arjuna. And he says, the best way that you can please me is by explaining this subject to others. Can you find it? This thing is too much. My computer is easier.
I have it.
You have it? So read the verse out loud. 68.
For one who explains this supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed. And the end, he will come back to me.
And the next verse.
There is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear.
So we should preach. Talk to your friend. Your students coming for the first time. So bring next week, bring somebody with you. And we're ready to answer any questions. What is your question? It's not blind following. We're not looking for blind following. We're looking for intelligent, thoughtful people who can accept that this is the best thing. But the tendency to speculate is very strong. Also, they're talking about false people. But that's part of it. You know, they like this big atheist, what's his name, who just left his body a few years ago. Hawking. Yeah. He was so smart, he's going to tell us what caused the Big Bang. No, it's presumptuous. You can't know everything, but the scientists say, no, we can know everything. Therefore, what Chaitanya says, achinta, some things are inconceivable. Like I have a question for you scientists. Does the universe end or does it go on indefinitely? What do they say? What does the scientists say? Come on, you guys are in school.
Previously they said it has an end, now they say it's unlimited. There's no end.
But okay, if they say it is an end or they say it's unlimited, both of them we can't really conceive with our minds. Because the mind is material and it's very small. So these things are inconceivable. We should accept that some things are inconceivable. But the scientists don't like that. The mystery, there's some mystery. They want to know everything. They can't. They're not equipped to know everything. Because you want to know everything, then you have to know God. But they conveniently remove God from this classroom. No, we can't talk about God. That's not scientific. But we can have all these theories that they can't prove. They teach the theory of evolution, but they can't prove it. That from matter, spirit came. A living being came from matter. That's their theory. That's their thesis. But there has to be some evidence. Scientist means, I remember going to school, you have to prove by experiment. There has to be some evidence. Scientific evidence means demonstrate. Can you demonstrate that you can make a living entity out of matter? Then it's not science. It's speculation or some theory. If we give you a yellow chemical and a white chemical and you mix them together, can you make an egg where the chicken will come out? They say it's all chemicals. So we'll give you all the chemicals you want. And you work with those chemicals and produce one amoeba. They can't do it. Because they're categorically different. Krishna said matter and spirit are different categories. Matter doesn't turn into spirit. Spirit is eternal. That's the first issue of the Gita. You always existed as a living entity, individual. Okay. One more question. Good, everybody. Oh, go ahead.
My question is about devotion. So it's about myself. So I'm generally pleasing God, loving God, like chanting, like I do everything. At times, like all of a sudden, part of my mind it says, "Am I faking this devotion?"
Are you faking?
The devotion towards God. I get this question at times, and when I get this question, immediately I have this fear, like that why I get such question. But
Yeah.
otherwise, I'm always like thinking.
Yeah, so that's why you need a guru. Is the first recommendation. Rupa Goswami says, Atao Shraddha. No, the first thing is that we should find somebody who can guide us. Just like if you want to be a heart surgeon at your university, people learning how to do heart surgery. They can't just read a book and go out and open a clinic. Here, heart surgery is performed here. And what is your qualification? Well, I read in a book how to do heart surgery. Are they going to accept you as a heart surgeon? No, you have to learn from the other heart surgeons. For some time, you have to be an intern. You have to work under them. And then they'll show you. You cut here. Otherwise, you're dealing with life. You can kill somebody because you're in faulty understanding. So we need hands-on training from another person who is more advanced than us to help us. Atha Guru Puja. First, we should find somebody who we accept as our the guide in spiritual life. Spiritual life is more delicate and intricate than heart surgery. You can't learn it just from a book or from your grandmother told you, yes, you should. So that's good. Those things are not bad. That you have some training in your culture and in your family to be a servant of God. But how to be a servant of God, like you're finding out. Sometimes you can be hypocritical. You're not really serving God. You're doing it for your own. So therefore, Guru is required. And Shastra. Shastra is the most important because from the Shastra, then we can choose who is a Guru. Who is actually a Guru will be shown to us from the Shastra. But otherwise, the requirement is good. What is that? Chapter 4, text 34, is it? About accepting the Guru.
Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena. Yes, 4.
Yeah, should look at that. 434. Krishna says, just learn this truth by accepting the spiritual master, inquire from him submissively, render service unto him. The spiritual master can impart knowledge into you because he's seen the truth. So this is a principle. It's not maybe like a fashion to have a guru, no. If we're really serious, then we find out a bona fide guru. And means we have to study the Shastra. The Shastra will tell us who is a guru. Not that he has a long white beard. Who is this guy on the YouTube? Guru. He doesn't even believe in God. He's maybe wise in so many things. How to keep your blood pressure down or something. No, I mean, he's a yogi, some kind of a yogi. I accept that. So he has some realization, but he openly says he doesn't believe in God, and he doesn't like Bhagavad Gita. Well, what's wrong with Bhagavad Gita? Because Bhagavad Gita is continuously talking about God and how we have to please Him. So, many people in India are like that. They don't want to have the idea that God is separate. Like I was going to a yoga class before I became a devotee, and the yoga teacher was telling us, be still and know that you are God. They're teaching like that. And I remember thinking, I never thought I was God, but maybe I should try it. So this is the kind of thing that's coming out of India still. We call them Mayavadis. They think God is energy, and we're energy, and everything is one. We've just forgotten it because of ego. Now we're going to give up our ego. Let me give the example of a bubble on the ocean. The bubble looks separate from the ocean, but if you break the bubble, break the ego, then it becomes one with it. So that's their idea. We should become egoless, because you said, false ego is a problem. So just make it zero, then there's no problem. The same philosophy is there. If you have a headache, just cut off your head. No more headache. But no, we say real ego is there. Real ego is my identity as a servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna. And that we act on that platform, and everything will become clear to us. Krishna will reciprocate. He says, as you surrender unto me, I reciprocate accordingly. He's ready to reciprocate. So we're going to have Aarti in a few minutes, right? How much?
15 minutes.
15 minutes. I don't think I can entertain you for another. Maybe somebody can tell us a story. How they came to Krishna consciousness. We can have more bhajan. Sometimes in Vrindavan, probably said like that. I'll tell the story. I had come to Vrindavan, Prabhupada was there, and he was a little ill. This was 1974, and he was coming to the program every night, and so everybody had to come. We knew that every night Prabhupada was coming, and so all the devotees from the temple came. There was only about 30 or 40 devotees, full-time devotees. The temple was due to open sewer. So they came, Prabhupada came, and we had an evening program. So the evening program was 6:30. We had RT. Everybody stood up. We had kirtan. And then after RT, there'd be class. So Prabhupada's instruction from his servant, Shukakirti. The sannyasis had to give class. I had to give class in front of Prabhupada. So he said, from Shukakirti was, Prabhupada likes it if you keep the class short, and then we'll have a second kirtan. So that was the system. The class lasted 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and then the next kirtan was there. And that kirtan went on for a long time. And I remember one night after that second kirtan, coming back, sitting with Prabhupada, he was sitting on his bed, those wooden beds that you see in India, and we were outside, it was hot season, still September. He was sitting on the bed and kind of waiting before the mosquitoes came to get under the mosquito net. And he said, he spoke from his heart with real conviction. He said, this kirtan is a special mercy of Lord Chaitanya. This kirtan gives us life. And if we don't get life from the kirtan, simply sex life. So that helped me over the years. I tried to go to kirtan more. And Prabhupada was saying, yeah, chant more and talk less. So maybe we can chant now for a few minutes, sitting down before the arti. We don't know any bhajans, huh? Like Yasamati Nandana. Yasamati Nandana Brajagarana. Here's my cartoons. Oh, I got mine. Okay, yeah.
May I ask one question?
Please.
How did you came to Krishna consciousness?
How did I come?
Yes.
How did I come? Came by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. He with the university where he came to the university where I was at. And even before he came, he sent some students. They opened a temple there in that university town. And then he came himself, and so I met him. And then I became convinced that he could help me. I was thinking of my own interest, but I thought this person is wise and kind-hearted, and I'd like to be like him. And so I became a devotee. So we can sing some other things. Oh, I need this one. What about Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dvaya Karamare Omariya Chayalu
Shri Krishna Chaitanya
I'm just going to sing Hare Krishna. Just do it. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hey, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan, Shri Govinda Gopinatha, Radha Manohar. Hey,
Jaya Radha, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan,
Vrindavan.
Shri Govinda Gopinatha, Madana
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, hey, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya.
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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
do we want to stand up? There's going to be a argument in a minute. Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra. Jaganaga Swami, Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami, Baba Tume. Jaganaga Swami, Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami, Baba Tume. Jai Baladev, Jai Jai.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare We have to stand again.
Mao Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasadi
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine
Namaste Saraswati Gauravani Prasarine
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vasyajadi Satarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Let me do.
Shiva Jaya Jaya Gaura Chandi Bharati
Aradhika Shobha
Shiva Jaya Jaya Gaura Chandi Bharati Hey, Janavi Jajavani Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Sachinandana. Jai 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 Sachinandana. Gora 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 Re. 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jai Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jai Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jai Jai Prabhupada. Haribo.
Naya Vishnupad, Vanaman Purgacharya, Saraswati. Sri Divine Grace Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Sri Prabhupada ki. Iskant Acharya Sri Vidho Sri Prabhupada ki. Jai Om Vishnupad, Purgacharya, Saraswati. Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki. Guru Parampara ki. Ramacharya Sri Haridas Thakur ki. Prem Shri Gaur Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Radha, Shri Vasari, Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki, Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath, Ramkada Radhakani Giri Govardhan ki, Ravindam ki, Ram ki, Jagannath Puri ki, Tulsi Devi ki, Amir Bhaktivinoda ki, Gaura Premananda. Oh, glory to this Swami. Glory to this Swami. Glory to this Swami. Glory to Shri Guru and Shri Radha. Shri
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Radha Radha Daine.
Radha Radha Daine.
Radha Radha Daine.
Radha Radha Daine.
Hiranyakashe Purvakshaha.
Hiranyakashe Purvakshaha.
Hiranyakashe Purvakshaha.
Hiranyakashe Purvakshaha.
Vilatankana Kalaye.
Vilatankana Kalaye.
Vilatankana Kalaye.
Vilatankana Kalaye.
Eko Narasimha Parato Narasimha.
Eko Narasimha Parato Narasimha.
Eko Narasimha Parato Narasimha.
Eko Narasimha Parato Narasimha.
Yato yato yami tato 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 Narasimha.
Vaki Narasimha Hridaye
Any questions? Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. What are we doing now?
They have some
Blessings, some announcements, and then blessings. Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone for coming for today's program. Thank you Maharaji for wonderful class and ecstatic kirtan. His Holiness Trivikrama Maharaj ki Jai. So Maharaj, please bless us also that we also get a tinge of taste of little bhakti in our life, and we can proceed in spiritual life.
Oh, it seems like you're already contaminated. And once that enters, it's like heart disease. You can't get rid of it. Therefore, it's advice. Don't look at that boy on the bank of the Yamuna with the threefold bending form and the peacock feather, because then you'll lose interest for material things.
Thank you, Maharaji. Yeah. So Maharaj has written a book of his pastimes with Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada's pastimes, and that book is available, and one can get it autographed by Maharaji. So more copies we will get within 1 hour.
Yeah, within evening.
Within evening by 7:15, 7:30, more copies would be there, and one can come and get the books and autographed by Maharaji.
Tomorrow also, right?
Yeah, tomorrow also the books will be available in the morning program. So morning program will start at 7:30 with Maharaji, and then we have a Harinam at 2 o'clock at Maur Park, right? So at Maur Park is the Harinam, and evening there is Mahaman's Prabhu's place. There is a program with Maharaji. So,
Everyone should come.
yeah, everyone should come, but please do contact Mahaman Prabhu before, because you can understand these many devotees. It's difficult to make prasadam and arrange in a small room, right? So.
Those who can just come, they don't have to contact.
Okay, yeah, Mahaman Prabhu is very generous, so yeah, then yeah, they can come, right. So, now there is a question and answer session.
Some devotees would like to meet you. Is it okay?
Have some darshan.
Not here. But
Yes, it
No,
is
inside
inside.
the
That's small.
you want to get me out of here, right?
So if someone has some questions related to spiritual life or some questions regarding that, one can ask Maharaji in a queue. Please don't ask questions related to material things like I am not getting a job or those things. Or not getting married. So please don't ask such questions, but please ask spiritual questions to Maharaji. Hari Hari Bol. Regarding next week, we have the Rath Yatra, as everyone knows, on 5th of August. Yeah. So there would be many devotees coming, like 1,000 devotees are expected to participate in the Rath Yatra. So we need a lot of sevas, and it will be good if you could try to participate. And you can contact Karuna Shakti Prabhu or Sumit Prabhu for sevas and more related things. So that is Rath Yatra on 5th of August. Next to week, yeah, that's there. And yesterday we have the birthday of our dear Yuri Prabhu. So now we chant one round and one mantra and for Prabhu's glorification. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yuri Prabhu ki jai. So those who are new to the first time to ISKCON Berlin, so they can register their name for WhatsApp group or the newsletter, and they can get regular messages about the temple activities, the programs, what would be there every week. So they can register there. And yeah, today's prasadam was cooked by Minu Mataji. Every time, most of the time, Shuddhakti Mataji, Anuradha Mataji, and Mataji, your name? Mataji, your name? Huh? Aditi Mataji. So Hari Hari Bol to them. Hari Bol. And DT worship, Bhavani Mataji and Ojaswani Radha Mataji. Hari Bol. Hari Hari Bol. So yeah, these are the things. Now we have blessings, and those who have questions, they can ask Maharaji. And there would be a lot of sevas in evening also because of vessel cleaning and kitchen and there. So those who like to do some sevas, they are very much welcome. Yeah, so I guess. Yeah, we will make it 2 lines. So yeah, 1 line, but first Mataji's and then Prabhu's. Meanwhile, parallel you will sing Hare Krishna Kirtan for that, right? You will sing, right?
If devotees are interested for these books, after the blessings, they can meet me opposite to the kitchen, and you can collect from me, and Maharaj will sign. I have only like 6 copies left because yesterday so many devotees already took it, and more copies are coming from Poland. So devotees who are interested, they can give names, and they'll give the books to Prabhu, and you can collect the books from Prabhu. Or if you are coming tomorrow, you'll get it right away. Maharaj will personally sign them. And thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. इधर है इधर है Krishna